it's not technology, admittedly.
No.
I was able to sell a lot of homes without tech. Like I had probably the most Mickey Mouse CRM and systems in place, but you know that the human connectivity is what enabled me to sell a lot of homes and being, you know, empathetic and passionate with buyers and sellers in the market. But when it came to business, the scalability really kind of started to flourish when it was connecting with people that were, you know, doing it on such a high level and just picking those brains and just being like, dude, like that guy has great skill sets, but so do I. And if I'm around him, I'm going to absorb and then implement.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, that's where the scalability just took off. Then I started to learn things like, wow, I don't have to be so transactional. Like, what are other wealth vehicles that exist out there that are business related but run parallel with my business in real estate that I can leverage? Social equity, making connections with other great agents, and then maybe showing them and inviting them to another model that might be better for where they're currently at.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too that I don't think people understand. It's like, okay, cool, I sell houses, but how do I make money that's also converted to selling houses? Yeah, because like sooner or later, everyone hits a ceiling of selling houses. You can only sell so many. So how can you make money also that's connected to selling houses? Yeah. And I don't think a lot of agents think about that.
Oh, no, they really don't. It was pretty transparent to me in just a few short years that most brokerages don't really make a lot of money off of real estate.
No, they don't. And that's the thing that people don't get. So when you come to me, and you probably deal with this too, it's like, I want a 85-15 split, or I want a 90-10, or I want a 95-5. Great. Listen, I don't have an escrow company, so that's not where I can make my money at this time. If I had an escrow company and you use my escrow company, then obviously I could afford it. But like, that's what people don't get is that the short fees go with, they're making their money on the back end and their escrow company.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you want that low fee, you got to go work somewhere that has an escrow company, and or like you're going to get nothing. Like, I think that's like, I have agents that come to me, and the reason people always ask me why I have not built the team, because it's like, you come to me and you want 90 or 85, even 85-15. Yeah. It's like, cool, you sell 11 houses a year. Your average sales price is 500,000, 2%, that's 10 grand. Cool. I get $1,500 of that. Yeah. After taxes, it's $7. So I'm really going to make about $7,000 off of you. And you want everything under the sun. Yeah. That's a half a deal for me. Yeah. So a whole year of dealing with you is one more deal for me. Yeah. So why take it on? It doesn't make sense.
Plus you're liable. And your time.
Your
right?
time,
Time
exactly.
is the biggest thing there. But yeah, no, it was so clear to me, like, if these companies don't have a mortgage company or an escrow that runs parallel, the model's just unsustainable.
I think the 70-30 split's going to be like, I just, no one who pays 70-30 anymore without like a $15,000 cap.
Right.
No, like, I don't think anyone, like, I don't think that 70-30 model or that 80-20. I mean, like, my first brokerage I worked at was an independent in Riverside, Rob Murray Real Estate, great company. I learned a lot. Like, you know, I peaked out about a year there, and it was a great place to start, but like, it was 80-20, like no cap. And like, I look back and I'm like, dude, the reason I left was like, I gave him so much money. Yeah. You know, I wasn't getting anything in return. So I'm like, dude, like, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
And then sooner or later, that's where you just get smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the hard part with that. You sooner or later just lose people.
Yeah, that's the great basis of the partnerships that I've been aligning with, is we just sit down and just been like, hey, buddy, let's just take a look at your business like a business. Like, let's break down the numbers. Yeah. And you'd be surprised once they really break it down. They're like, wow, I didn't realize I had given my brokerage that much money.
Well, I think even teams are a big flaw too. I think a lot of people desire to be teams, but it's like, you know, you have 30 agents, you're spending 40-50 grand on Zillow leads or whatever lead platforms you have that month, plus staff, plus all this stuff. You're like, dude, you're $150,000 a month, and you have to pull $1 million some change to be broke. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's not a really scalable model. You know, that's why I found myself looking at just different alternatives out there. And the one that I'm currently in is it's changed the trajectory of my life forever. But admittedly, it's not something that everybody can do. Yeah. You know,
and that's the thing too, is not everyone's meant for every platform. True. And you just have to be honest to yourself. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people put themselves in positions that they're not going to be successful with. And then they wonder, and then the sad part is, the numbers show 3 years later they're out of the industry anyways, because they just put themselves in a bad position in the first place. If that's joining a team, being their own brokerage. I mean, how many deals do we do where we're working with someone who's a broker, they do no deals and they have no idea what's going on, and you're like, yeah, but you're a broker, like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I go through it. I have a fairly large group now.
Yeah.
That actually just went over about 500 agents.
Congratulations, man.
Which is great, brother.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. But you don't create something like that unless it's duplicatable.
For sure.
And that you can repeat success.
Yeah.
And so, we keep it real simple, man. We're just like, look, run it like you run your real estate business. Like when you run your real estate business, you want to have a bunch of sources of leads, right? To feed the funnel, because when one goes dry, you need to be able to stay in business so you're not so up and down.
Well, shoot, I guess I'm doing it the wrong way because I only focus on social media stuff. I'm only completely one-sided. Yeah, but if you I don't even do email campaigns.
If you got one that kills it, then
I don't even have a CRM. Like I don't even have one. I'm trying to do that this year. I'm like, I should probably have a CRM. I have like 1 million leads over the years. Maybe I should hit them like a monthly email or something. Yeah. Like I have nothing. And but then this problem is, and then you kind of get comfortable in that platform. Yeah. And then you have to increase that platform or find other things to do.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something that most people do. They get in that comfort zone. And then when there's a shift in that comfort zone, like right now, like I'm going to TikTok this year. I never thought I'd go to TikTok. I told myself, you're never doing TikTok. But then I'm like, I need to do TikTok. Yeah. Like I have to be on that platform. Like it gets a lot of views, and who knows where that one person might see who might be someone, I mean, that's really some of my biggest clients have been one person saw one video or one thing and boom.